Hello everyone, I'm Neelam, certified ascension coach with Twin Flames Universe. And you can consider this video as the part 2 of the long video that I made before this, and I posted it on YouTube. And you can watch me busting myths in that video, misaligned beliefs that are being spread in the society about twin flames and, actually misguiding is what I'll say, twin flames on this journey, and making it a fear-based journey rather than a healing journey and a spiritual connection. So I've bust 4 myths in that video. If you haven't watched it, you can watch that video first. It would be a great way to do it because this video might go a little deeper. And I have bust 4 myths in that, and I'll be busting more in this. I don't know how many. Let's see how it goes one by one. Myth number 5. It is believed that twin flames are your ultimate lovers. So they're supposed to be very loving and caring, and they should be very respectful, and they should be exactly the dream lover that you had imagined to have in your life. And also it is about people believing that your twin flame comes and completes you, and that's a big myth, which I'm busting here because it's not true. It is not true, not that they are not your ultimate lover, not that they won't care and love you, but that does not happen till you have not done the healing work, till you have not arrived to that vibration of self-love and unconditional love within yourself. That attracts your twin flame to do all that for you on the external, and it's not the other way around. So this is a big myth. Keeping an expectation that your twin flame is supposed to be completing you. You got to complete yourself within yourself and become whole yourself before they arrive. Myth number 6. Myth number 6 is people believing and people actually broadcasting this that, it's very, very, difficult to do anything about this journey. God is going to help us. God is going to help us come together. Everything is divine timing. Whenever God will want things to happen, God will do it for us. And in the meanwhile, I just got to wait and be patient and surrender to God. So let me just bust this myth over here. Surrender, first of all, understand surrender is not about inaction. Surrender is not passive. Surrender is about you doing the work, doing the spiritual work, and going inside and healing your blocks and becoming your best version. That magnetizes your twin flame. Yes, divine plays a major role, but as per your choices, if you're making the right choices, the God-aligned choices, that's from where you get your next step, and then your next step, and then union. So it's not exactly about divine timing, it's about divine order. And what that means is what you choose is what the next step is given to you. In any which ways, divine is guiding you back home, back to your twin flame union, back to your union with yourself. So in any which ways, you're being guided back. But if you make choices that are not aligned with love, they are aligned with fear, you got to move through extra steps, I would say, metaphorically, or you would have to move through a little more of experiences, little more of lessons, so that you can get redirected back and make the choices that are aligned with love and God. So coming back to the point, don't wait for God to do everything for you. Make the right choices, make love-based choices. If you're not able to make it them, there are some blocks of fear, shame, guilt, heal it, do the healing work, do the spiritual work, become your best version. And that's how the union happens in the divine order. Myth number 7 may look a little contradicting to myth number 6, but I'm going to try to make it as simple and as easy to understand as possible. So myth number 7 is that you got to make the right choices, you got to do the right thing. If you make a mistake, then you will you'll end up having separation with your twin flame. Or let's say you are in separation with your twin flame because you made the wrong move or you did the mistake over there. So there's nothing like a mistake. So this is a big myth. There is nothing like a mistake on this journey. Everything is divinely orchestrated. You might make choices that are not aligned, like I said in the previous myth, that are not aligned with love and God, and they are aligned with fear and shame and guilt. And when you do that, it's not that you've done a mistake. It's just that there are some unlearned lessons that need to be learned. So you're redirected back and you're given experiences so that you start making the right choices. So it may look like a mistake to the ego mind, but in truth, it isn't a mistake. There isn't anything like a mistake. That's the ego. There is only direction, redirection, and you can't like caps lock on. You can't miss any of your steps to union. There are some steps, there are some lessons to be learned, and we can't skip them. And if in case we are doing any, making a choice, that also is planned by divine. If you are making a choice that's not aligned with love and God, that's also because there is something that is unlearned and there is a step that's getting missed. So it's just a redirection by divine. So make peace with it and be easy with the flow is what I'll say over here. And don't believe this myth that you're doing anything wrong. Just keep going, do the healing work, and whatever comes out. Yes, healing work is very important. Let me just mention that clearly. And with the healing work, whatever comes up, whatever decisions, whatever choices you're making, just go by it. That's the divine plan. Myth number 8. So this is very common that, as a tarot reader, I get many clients who want to find out who their true twin flame is, which is understandable. It kind of makes you anxious. Sometimes it's a human life and it's an ego-based life at the end. But I always ask them, why do they want to know? And there are two answers that I get. One is that we don't want to waste time on the wrong person. And two, we don't want to do a mistake. We don't want to leak our energy. These are the kind of answers I get. And considering mistake, like I've already covered in the previous myth, there is nothing like a mistake that you make. Everything is divinely orchestrated, especially when you are choosing to do the inner work and the spiritual work. So there is nothing like a mistake, yes. And if you feel you're wasting time, this is a big myth. There is no wastage of time in, spending time with somebody who might turn out to be your false twin flame. In the present, if it feels like your true twin flame, just move through the experiences, heal the blocks, and move forward. So as such, there is no time being wasted. When you're doing the inner work, you're moving through those upsets that person in front of you is bringing up, even if that person is your false twin flame. In any which ways, those upsets, you take responsibility of it because they are showing up in your consciousness in one way or the other. And instead of, trying to find out if they are your true or false twin flame, it's highly recommended that you do the inner work and just trust your gut in the moment. And if there is confusion, it's always coming from the mind. Keep surrendering and keep moving forward and doing the inner work. Because the confusion or the need or the neediness to know who your true twin flame is not the energy that you want to be in. That's not the vibration that's going to attract your true love in any which ways. So try to relax into whoever you think is your true twin flame in the now. And even if they're not, just keep doing the inner work and moving forward one step at a time. Myth number 9. It's presumed that twin flames are supposed to be spiritual, or then there is this myth that when they are both spiritual, it's only then that the union happens. That's not true. That's not true. In fact, they are both always spiritual. Twin flames are spiritual, even if it may look like that on the outside or not. It's not necessary you're doing a mantra jap or you're doing a meditation or you're doing a kundalini or you're doing the mirror exercise and only then you're spiritual. One partner doing the mirror exercise, doing the inner work diligently is going to make a difference on the other twin because they are one at the core. They're one consciousness. So it's not necessary that they're having a visible spiritual kind of a practice going on for them to be in union. It's one twin flame doing the work and then they both can come into union because it's for both. The inner work is for both twin flames. Myth number 10. Myth number 10, I would like to state the myth that is so popular that you come into union and you do the whole inner work to come into union or harmonious twin flame union and that's about it. No, that's not about it. It does not end there. That's a big myth that you do all the work to come into union. No, it's an ongoing process. Union, harmonious twin flame union, perfect union. You keep doing the work even after you are in union with your twin flame or in harmonious union with your twin flame because this is an ascension journey and ascension is an ongoing process. It's not a goalpost. So yeah, I made many videos on this and I re-emphasize again. So it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle that you got to continue and keep ascending and it's a purification process of your consciousness. So even if you're with your twin, you're living together, you're married to your twin, you got to do the inner work. You got to follow the spiritual path and that's about it. So let that myth go, please. Myth number 11. This journey is about unconditional love. So you got to understand your twin flame. Even if they trigger you, you just got to be polite and you got to respond. You got to be the wiser one if you're doing the inner work and the spiritual work. And this is a big myth. It's a big myth that, you got to be patient, you got to not react, you got to respond, you got to behave a certain way, you got to give energy less to your twin flame, you get to give more energy to your twin flame. All that, let all that go. That's control. That's not That's not the way we do it. So it's a big myth that, you have to be, very polite and nice and good and, behave in front of your twin flame because you're on the spiritual path and this is a journey of unconditional love. No, first of all, understand what unconditional love is. Unconditional love is the love you have for yourself first. You have within yourself first. The self-love that you cultivate fully is unconditional love. So it's about you developing that unconditional love within yourself, feeling whole within yourself, loving yourself, accepting yourself, and being your authentic self, right? That's about unconditional love. And then when you're full with all of that and you're full with feeling whole, that's the place from where unconditional love for everyone, including your twin flame, is going to ooze out of you. It's going to be pouring out of you because now you have enough of it within yourself. And it's not about taking from somebody. It's not about being a source for somebody. It's just that you're just being unconditional love. So to make it very simple, it's not that you need to be polite and cute and goody because you're on the spiritual journey and you got to know sometimes you might be called to have boundaries. Sometimes you might have to step up and say no to things, even to your twin flame, and actually, respect yourself there. Yeah, and it's not that you have to fake it. You don't have to fake it because you got to be really authentic on this journey, which is the primary key of your union with your twin flame and yourself with God. So just relax into the process and see where God guides you, what feels good to you, and take the necessary steps which honor your soul's voice, that honor you, what you really want in this life. Don't try to pretend with your twin flame. That's not unconditional love. In fact, sometimes setting boundaries, sometimes telling your twin flame what you allow and what you don't allow, or sometimes, doing things that may upset your twin flame are necessary. You don't know why, but they are necessary, and that's how it's meant to be, because there is some work that your twin flame also needs to do with God. And don't intervene in that and try to be the source of your twin flame and be good. Just be yourself. The total 11 myths that I've covered in both the videos, please go watch the previous video if you haven't. And yeah, and do let me know in the comment box if they resonated with you, and if there's any other myths that you've heard about and I've not covered in the videos, please do remind me. I'll make a separate video on it. And yes, I had request about making this video on the myths, busting these myths on twin flames in Hindi as well. So I'm going to be making more videos. I'm going to repeat the same content in Hindi. And yeah, stay tuned for more such content, and like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me grow my channel and reach out to more and more people. I really get very serious twin flames reaching out to me through this channel, and it feels good that people are taking this journey seriously. And yes, I'm a certified ascension coach with Twin Flames Universe, and I help twin flames heal their blocks to separation. If you need my support, reach out to me. You'll find all the details in the description box below.